One of the most controversial issues in Sittingbourne is whether or not the Kent Science Park will be allowed to expand onto virgin green Class A agricultural land and to take a new extension off the motorway. If it is allowed this, then the only way in which that motorway can be paid for, the extra exit from the motorway, plus the road that would have to come from the A2 to the Kent Science Park, would be by what is called in planning law a Section 106. A Section 106 is a sort of, not quite blackmail, but it's a sort of a way in which you say to the local authority, in this case it's Swale Borough Council, listen, if we put the road in, the only way we can pay for that is if you let us put in housing. So what they want to do is fill in two chalk pits, which are currently owned by the Barclays brothers, but actually are owned by sublet from a local landowner called the Doubledays. That means 5,500 houses. Now in the local plan 2007-2017, which is almost signed off, the government has asked Kent, and Kent has asked Swale Borough Council for just over 7,000 homes, but Swale Borough Council, which is run by the Conservatives, want 10,000 homes. I think 7,000 homes is enough. I wouldn't say it's too many, but I think it'll certainly test our infrastructure. So to have what we want 7,000, for the Tories to want 10,000, but then to put on top of that another 5,500 homes, new homes not yet in the local plan, I think would break up Sittingbourne and would cause overload. And I don't think that's a sensible idea. So for lots of reasons, I oppose the Kent Science Park, and I've so far spoken at the inquiry at Maidstone in the local Kent and Medway inquiry in 2004. I was the only MP actually to attend, and my political opponent, who was then a man called Gordon Henderson, goes to everything. He goes to Minster Parish Council meetings, he goes to the launch of new events, but somehow didn't go to that. And in fact, I find that he conveniently goes to most things when it suits him, as opposed to when it's politically important to be there. Nonetheless, I then went and spoke at the first planning inquiry at Swale Borough Council. Again, I can't remember where my political opponent was at the time. I've had 3 debates in the House of Commons. You can reference these debates on my website, derekwyatt.co.uk. You can see why I'm opposing the Kent Science Park. It's because it's not a science park. All science parks in the United Kingdom so far have been attached or owned or part-owned by a university. This will be the largest independent science park in Britain, and I just don't think it's sustainable. I feel it's not sustainable from the science, but of course they're not actually asking for an extension now to create a science park. They will come under a piece of planning law that means it'll be just another business park. So if the science fails, at least they can say they've got a business park. Well, we don't need a business park. We've got Eurolink in the north of the town in Sittingbourne, which has gone through 4 phases. The 4th phase is just sold out. We're going to start a 5th phase. That'll be sold out. We've another piece of land called Synergy Park, which again is just starting to be built on, and that shortly will be sold out too. So we have enough business parks in Sittingbourne, and we have enough space to expand until 2025. So I just don't see the purpose of this whatsoever. All this is an aggrandisement for the owners. The owners are Mars, the makers of not just Mars Bar, but of course dog food and pet food, and lots of other things too. Very secretive American company, the 4th largest independent company in the world. It's not on the stock market, so it's quite hard to find information out, but this is their pension fund, and this is to make them rich, and it will not enable science in the United Kingdom, and it certainly won't help us locally. So for those reasons, I'm opposing it, and I hope we win.